This afternoon's pregame is brought to you by Meijer. At Meijer, get more of the things you want most. More importantly, you get them for less. Visit any one of Meijer's 123 stores all across the state of Michigan for your home, garden, and grocery needs. Meijer, why pay more? Well, it feels like we've been here before, but it's not deja vu. No matter of fact, Blue Ridge comes back to Big Boy Arena on getaway day for the Bobcats as they return to the state of Michigan. After last weekend, of course, we had them here for a two-game set. This is the final one of the regular season. So, Brady, between these two teams, we've seen them a lot. We've seen them here at Big Boy Arena a lot. What's your takeaway about Blue Ridge, and what does Motor City have to do to make sure that they're going to get 3 points that they did not get a night ago?
Well, Blue Ridge has played Motor City tough all season long, and last time out was not that different. In the two-game set, they had to win in a shootout before taking a convincing victory the time before. It's really going to be about who has better depth, I think, in this game. Hey, you're coming down the home stretch. It's game number 46 of 56. So you're almost to the end. Nobody is feeling 100% right now, especially on game 3 in 3 days. So it's going to be about who can maybe cycle through their guys a little more, who has a little extra left in the tank. Because, like I said, neither side's going to be playing at their best, playing at 100%. So who's going to be able to come away with that and just find those little things that make the difference? Don't make those key mistakes when you're tired.
Yeah, that's just it. And plus, we played a very tough Watertown team the last two nights. Night 1 was interesting. Night 2, obviously, Watertown definitely played a lot better. Again, fatigue's going to be a factor. We've seen it in 3-game weekends. We're probably going to see it next weekend, with Port Huron coming to town on St. Patrick's Day. But the good news is you looked at the standings last night. Binghamton lost in overtime, though, to Danbury. So Danbury now only got 2 points out of 3. What do you think Motor City has to do tonight, though, to make sure they don't have a recap of what happened last night? Got into a very hot goaltender making his debut in Komet. But what do you think Motor City has to make a change from last night to today?
Well, just be able to control the puck in the offensive zone more. I mean, Komet, yes, he played well, but especially after the first period, he did not have to face the shots. There were 5 10-minute stretches where Motor City didn't really have a scoring opportunity that anyone would shake their fist at, anything worth a darn in the offensive zone. So they're going to have to put more pressure on the offensive zone. Maybe don't be afraid to take a shot from the point. Get it in close. You don't have to look for that perfect pass every time. You love the unselfishness, but sometimes, especially when you're not generating a lot of shots that way, maybe you take a good shot instead of trying and hoping you can find the great or perfect shot.
Yeah, and speaking to that, TJ Sneath last night entered that game with a 5-game point streak. That was snapped. And, of course, Scott Koash had a point in 10 of his last 11 games, had 5 games with multiple points, was working on a 4-game point streak. That was snapped last night as well. So it speaks to your point, not just get shots on net, get quality chances. Talked with Gordy Brown about that, actually, because I know we brought it up briefly in the broadcast. I said, was it just changing strategy? And he goes, well, I don't want to make people think that we're just like, oh, no, we're not getting shots, so we're just going to try deflections. It's something they do practice on, but he said, at that point, we weren't getting it to the middle. You had to try something different. It wasn't a panic. It was just changing an attack strategy. So there is that. See who can maybe get a point tonight. Milam was the only one who could get a goal last night. So we're going to see who has the hot hand tonight, who's going to be the guy tonight to follow. If you had to pick anybody, if we were doing pick the stick, who would you pick?
I mean, again, there's a few guys that you can go through. Danny Vanderweel, we sang his praises. He's been playing pretty well. It feels like Josh Colton has been in and around a lot of scoring opportunities. Lane King, I know he hasn't registered a goal this season, but he has 16 assists for a reason. He's involved. But the veteran, Jonathan Giuliano, I think he's a guy that on a Sunday, he's a veteran. He knows how to, I don't want to say cheat the game, but he knows when he can cut corners and maybe he can get that extra step being in this league so long. I expect maybe something from the grizzled vet Giuliano.
I like when you brought up Lane King. He's gotten an assist in all the games he's played here in Motor City so far since joining the team. So he would be my pick. Maybe keep a lookout for number 9. We're going to quickly hand it downstairs to Johnny G, our PA announcer. We'll have the anthem by Nick Wazalewski, and we'll have puck drop right here at Big Boy Arena in just a few moments on the Rockers Media Network. Well, another beautiful rendition of the anthem by Nick Wazalewski, but everyone here at Big Boy Arena has been introduced to the players. Brady, how about you introduce people at home?
Let's start with the visiting Blue Ridge Bobcats on defense. They send out Andre Ivanov and Igor Dolkart. The forwards today for the Bobcats, Vladislav, Josh Newberg, and the leading point scorer for Blue Ridge, Nikita Ivashkin. And in net, Connor Green for the Blue Ridge Bobcats. For your Motor City Rockers on defense, it will be Jamison Milam and Nick Miguel Diaz. The forwards, the line of Pavel Svinsov, Scott Koash, and Declan Conway, with Trevor Babin returning between the pipes for his second game in a row.
Well, want to remind fans, if you're looking to change your coverage, Ronald Shocker is your local Farm Bureau insurance agent located right here in Shelby Township, right off Van Dyke. He and his team have been protecting and providing Michigan families with home, auto, life, and health insurance since 2016. For all your insurance needs, trust Michigan Farm Bureau agent Ronald Shocker and get a quote today. Well, you said Milam and Miguel Diaz are on defense. So will be Tristan Wells and Danny Vanderweel today. Motor City out without Devon Fields and Ryan Rotundi for today's game. They are scratches. And also, they're without Elias Thompson. He has been released, and George Holt has been added back. We'll get into that just in a little bit. Motor City wins the draw. Milam gets it out of the blue paint. It's going to be sent right back in by Blue Ridge. Svinsoff going in to retrieve the puck. Svinsoff going through the neutral zone, just racing in. He's going to stop at the far side half wall, gives it up to the point. Here's Milam. Milam flicks it. Green didn't have to play it. Newberg will pick it up for Blue Ridge. Newberg looking for an outlet, just slides it up the way. Here's Vlasov, had it for a second, poked off his stick. Ivanov with it now. Looking at his options, there's Brandon Contrado, the Michigan mercenary. He's back. He wasn't here last weekend, ironically, but he's here this weekend.
Always a familiar face. Always have to expect him when teams come to town.
Oh, yeah. Well, also, the other Michigan mercenary, Michael Redmond, got signed. So the army of Contrado's army is almost in full effect. It's the A-team, as we like to refer to them as well. There was an opportunity. Zielinski's breaking it up as it got to center. Gaudet swiping at it, still trying to control the puck. Giuliano made an attempt. Blue Ridge comes in with it. It's going to be centered in front to Zielinski's and just go past his stick. Giuliano gets control of it, sends it out of harm's way. Going to be kept in by Ernst. Now Daly getting ridden to the corner. TJ Delaney was one of the few Rocker players who had a point last night, gets it out. Here's Gaudet to Delaney. There's a shot just over the net. That one, though, looked pretty good, almost effortless as he flicked the wrist.
I think that's an example of what we talked about in the pregame. Maybe not looking for that perfect pass. Have a lane to the net, take a shot on it. That time, just missed the 4x6. But I like the mentality and the thought of you don't always have to be unselfish. If you have a line at the netminder, take a shot at it.
Oh, there's Redmond for a second, had the puck, lost it. Motor City gets it in the neutral zone. Sneath flicks it ahead to Gullo. Gullo's excited. It's his last game with the bubble on, but of course Scott Koash last night took a skate to the face, joked he looks more like a hockey player now than ever. He's going to wear the bubble probably for the next couple of weeks as he's going to have facial protection. So Gullo said, I have a bubble brother at this point. I'm like, well, yes, you do, Nick. Then he reminded me the most thing that broadcasters don't like to be reminded of. He's like, oh, make sure you set your clocks ahead. I was like, oh, Nicholas, that's evil. And then he left. He went home to get some sleep. So, did you like daylight savings time? I mean, you've been broadcasting now for a handful of years. Do you like it when you spring forward?
I mean, I don't think anyone likes it, regardless of possession. Actually, the misconception is daylight savings time is what people like. It's standard time that nobody likes. They like the light out longer. So daylight savings time's great. It's just getting there is the pain.
Yes, it is. I was gonna say, I always hated it when I worked in radio. I slept on the couch in the lobby to make sure I wouldn't miss my shift. I was that paranoid about it. Well, Motor City trying to get the puck out. They do. Pavel Svinsoff wants us to stop talking about daylight savings time as he gets it into the offensive zone. He's going to chase after it. Conway's going to come in to help into the corner. Motor City digs it out. Conway had it now along the half wall. Gives it up to Vanderweel. Couldn't keep it in necessarily. And Svinsoff was offsides by a good solid 15 feet. As we mentioned, Elias Thompson was released. Needed to make room for George Holt, who is now back. He's healthy. Was out with an injury. It was an upper body injury. And it's one of those things. I know Elias Thompson is a fan favorite. He's a great guy in the locker room. Obviously, an enforcer role on this team. Just didn't produce this year. But, of course, with the roster restrictions, even though you like everybody, you can't keep everybody.
No, and there's that with every team. Elias Thompson, I mean, his skill set you mentioned, he's an enforcer. He can drop the gloves. The fans love that. But come playoff time in those meaningful games, fighting the role of the enforcer gets reduced a bit, especially if you're not putting up the points.
Yeah. So Elias is still kind of in the building. He's just not rostered. There's Miguel Diaz. Of course, this is his first weekend back since playing elsewhere. Motor City had a good little push there, but Blue Ridge is going to come out with it. Here's Contrado. Gets it ahead to Martin. Tipped. Miguel Diaz sends it right back. Ivanov touched it, so it's not going to be icing. Delcar has control of it behind the net. Delcar looking for his options. Going to get the breakout started on the near side. Now going to go far side. Gullo forcing him to give up the puck. Ivanov's going to pick it up at center. Just flicks it in. Babin plays it away. Wynn's going to move it back to the blue line and out of harm's way. Martin gets it right back. Just throws it on in. Josh Colton, who had a goal on Friday, just sends it to the far side. Lane King moves it up ahead. Good stretch pass to Sneath. Sneath has control of it, fired a quick shot, thought maybe he was going to pass to Wynn, instead tried to go 5-hole. Good save there by Green and freezing the puck.
Got another example of what we talked about in the pregame. Could have tried to force what may have been a tough pass in between the circles, takes the shot instead. Green does a good job controlling the puck, gets the draw, but that's what I think what Gordy Brown's looking for today is take that shot, maybe put it a little lower, get it off the pad, and next thing you know, one of those guys crashing in instead of passing there, you scramble out in front, and maybe you get one of those goals that isn't the cleanest, but they count all the same.
Oh, there was Conway swiping at it. Did not touch the safety netting. Play will continue. Svintsov trying to get to the puck into the corner. Here's Pavel Svintsov. Shielding and protecting the puck. Gets it to Koash. Fires at Green. Sends it to the near side corner. Motor City trying to keep it in. They can't. Blue Ridge has control of it. That was played by Tattern for a moment, but Ford has to go back and retrieve it. Tattern going back. No, that's Redmond. I apologize. Redmond has it, loses it. Svintsov winning that battle. Here's Wynn, cycles it D to D. Here's Colton. Quick shot deflected by Ford and wide. Connor didn't have to play it. Motor City's going to still hold on to the puck. Conway, Colton. There's a shot paddled away there by Green. Conway picks up the rebound, tries a point-blank opportunity, poked off his stick. Svintsov, here's to Wynn. Wynn with a shot. That got deflected in front. Puck still loose. It's going to come out. Wynn swiping at it. Keeps it in. What a play by Mike Wynn.
Motor City's given Blue Ridge all they can handle on this forecheck a couple times. The Bobcats should have had a chance at a breakout. Instead, give the puck away. Finally get it into the neutral zone. But Motor City buzzing a little more than their counterparts from Blue Ridge.
Yeah, caught him in a line change here, keeping the pressure on. There's Gaudet with a shot. Green gobbles it up and freezes it right there. Takes us to the first media timeout. Brady, just like yesterday, we're the only game in town for about an hour, so we know what the score is here. But what are the shots?
5-2 Motor City out shooting Blue Ridge, but it's a busy Sunday around the Fed. Elmira will take on Danbury at 3 o'clock. Just 5 minutes after that, Port Huron will draw with Watertown, and at 4, it's Carolina hosting Baton Rouge. Again, we talked about last night, a regulation win would have secured a playoff spot for Motor City. They can't control it themselves today. If they get a win in regulation, they'll need some help from Port Huron. They'll need the Prowlers to get 3 points as well to keep Watertown at 0 for the day.
Yep, it's that time of the year. You got to watch the scoreboard all the way up and down, Continental and Empire. You got to watch it all the way through. Again, keep an eye on what Danbury's doing. We want to keep the second seed. We like the second seed. We've had it for a while. We've had it basically since we joined the Empire, to be honest, but Danbury's doing a good job. They're battling. They're winning games, but they only got the 2 points like we mentioned last night against a very good Binghamton team. Want to remind fans that FanSaves and the Rockers have partnered this season to help you save money. Go to the App Store on your phone, download FanSaves, and follow the Motor City Rockers, and you're on your way to scoring great deals. For example, today's winger of the game, Pavel Svintsov. If he scores, Rockers fans get one, 6 boneless wings from B-Dubs right down the road. All you got to do is show them the app when you order. You can claim your prize. Also, a power play goal will give you a big boy of the game where you get your second entree for free with the big boy now in our parking lot. Man, that was a nuisance last year trying to find parking as they were tearing up the parking lot, building that beautiful restaurant. It's pretty good if you're in a pinch. Eating there a lot. Here's Ivashin. Gets it through. Centers it in front. Good save there by Babin. Ooh, that was a point-blank opportunity there for Vlasov.
Thought that was two guys that are pretty good at their craft, battling it out. Vanderweel shading off of Oshkin, but he had such good hands. You thought he might get around it. Ultimately, Vanderweel did enough, but that was a fun display right there.
Oh, Oshkin tried into the forecheck. Vanderweel goes down, no hand goes up. Play's going to continue to the near side. Gaudet looking for an outlet, finds King. King carries it along the wall, has help in Wells if he needs it, has Gullo now. King lost the puck in the zone. Blue Ridge will get it right back out. Danny Vanderweel mentioned last year he was mostly a defenseman here in Motor City, so he's used to playing behind the blue line. Oh, Gullo tried to go in and make a play. There's Sneath, but Gullo really bit the wall.
Yeah, he tried to throw the body around. I love the viciousness or the excitement from him, but that time physics won out.
Good thing he's wearing the bubble.
Right. that can give you a little more confidence to go in there, knowing that, hey, you have that little extra protection.
Looking like a daredevil doing that. Oh, here's Blue Ridge. They're going to take a shot right on net. It's going to be blocked right in front. Firing it was Ivanov. Good back pressure by Contrado. Gets control of the puck. Of course, Contrado was an original member of the Motor City Rockers last season. Was released in about midway through the season last year. He's one of those guys who's very busy. Not only playing hockey on the weekends, he coaches hockey as well, as you can imagine. Blue Ridge taking their time, getting a couple players on, couple players off. Here comes the breakout. Far side, moved up through the neutral zone. Attacking it now is Koash. Finsoff comes in to help. Pavel pokes it ahead to himself. Still trying to win that puck battle with Ford. Pavel stops, gets some clearance, gives it back up to the point. Colton sends it, deflected just wide by Koash.
And this started right with Declan Conway. Rockers are going to go on a power play because on the breakout, Conway challenged, forced the turnover, and the Rockers rewarded with their first man advantage of the afternoon.
Yep, going to the Kowalski meat locker is Matt Ernst, the young man from Orlando, Florida. Don't make bad decisions like poor Matthew did. When you're going grocery shopping and you want quality meat, make sure you buy Kowalski. Brings us our first power play of the game, which of course is always brought to you by Genesis Credit Union. Learn how Genesis can put more money in your pocket and become one of its over 200,000 members at genesiscu.com or stop in at one of their 28 convenient locations near you. Motor City winning the draw. Here's King on the near side. He's going to switch positions with Colton. Now gives it to him as King lost his edge. Colton gets it back, tipped up by Delaney. Delaney's barking orders. Really like how TJ's gotten comfortable in this system. It's been the second time now in as many games as I can remember that he's really started to direct traffic. Here's TJ getting control of the puck. Drops it off to Colton. Motor City trying to screen in front with Vanderweel. He's ready for a pass if it comes. King's waiting for an opportunity. Gets it to Danny. Danny's going to go to the circle, atop the circle, cycling it to the end boards on a bank pass. Here's Sneath. Minute 15 left. Colton. Far side. Here's King now. Centers it in front to Delaney. Good play by Green. Puck still on control of Motor City. Back down low. Centered in front. There's a shot. And how did Green stop that one? Lane King, all you can do is smile.
Had a great opportunity, had a couple looks the Rockers were looking for. First, the cross-crease pass that nearly found Delaney for the tap and couldn't get that. And then, hey, sometimes guys make a play. Blue Ridge, their guys are getting paid too, and that time Connor Green flashes the leather and denies Motor City. Like you said, all you can do is tip the cap, try to get it in the next 61 seconds.
Well, Motor City winning another draw. Again, the constant offensive pressure here by the Rockers. Wearing their alternate purples like they wore on Friday. Saw the blacks yesterday and said, nah, we're going to switch sweaters. Here's Koash. Feeling comfortable. Gives it back to Milam to the far side. Miguel Diaz! First goal back home. Nick Miguel Diaz gives Motor City a 1-0 lead.
You didn't see that puck go in the net. You only saw it come back out. It was a one-timer. Nick Miguel Diaz got every inch of that puck, and Connor Green, hey, he could do what he could, but put a shot like that, that's a tall order for any netminder as Miguel Diaz gets number 6 of the year. Rockers go on top early. That was a beautiful power play. That's got to make Coach Gordy Brown pretty happy.
Well, especially going 0-4 yesterday, right? He went 0-4, 0-5. Motor City getting their first power play opportunity, and they cash it in. Scott Koash got the secondary assist, now has 21 on the year. Milam got the primary. He's at 26 on the year. Pavel Svinsov still pacing the pack. Here's Miguel Diaz. Tried to fire that one. Pavel Svinsov leading the pack with 28 assists. A lot of guys getting near that number. Giuliano has it. Tried to give it to TJ Delaney. Puck's going to go to the far side wall. Cleared out. And that's going to be tipped. Ivashin had a good look to try to get it. Good play there by Gaudet to get it out of harm's way to the far side.
Gaudet being backed by his own blue line, you always have to know where number 8 in white's going to be. As soon as he arrived in Blue Ridge, he was their leading scorer, and it's because he knows when to leak out. And if he gets those one-on-one opportunities, look out. But a good job by Gaudet to neutralize the leading goal scorer for Blue Ridge.
Yeah, it was picked up in the middle of February on the 19th. There's a saucer pass to King, just goes behind him, but didn't officially sign an agreement until the 23rd of February, so a couple of days in between here or there. Probably allowed him a travel day to get closer to Wytheville in the Blue Ridge Mountains. But yeah, right when he was added, immediately was at the top of the list in points and everything. He basically became the king of the mountain right when he put pen to paper. Here's Gullo carrying it in on the near side. Gullo centering it in front. King almost getting a good look, just shoved it wide. Motor City sends it back to the near side, and Wynn's going to come down to play it. Gets it to King, who sends it right back. Bounces off Wynn. He'll chase it to the far side. Gets it to the point. There's Colton firing a hard bank pass. King with a quick pass. Sneath firing it, and Green makes the save.
Right now, Motor City's mentality is just pepper Connor Green. If you keep taking those shots, those inside lanes will open up, and you'll be able to maybe get the pretty pass in the middle just for a one-timer in close.
Well, pretty pass was right in front for Blue Ridge, but a beautiful save by Trevor Babin takes us to the media timeout. Brady, what's going on around the league? Wink, wink, and then what's the shots?
Shots on goal, 9-4, Motor City out shooting Blue Ridge through almost 12 minutes of play, and still waiting for anyone else to drop the puck. We are the only show in town until the top of the hour. Again, it's Elmira at Danbury, Watertown at Port Huron, and Baton Rouge back in Carolina.
And of course, it's 1-0 here, thanks to a goal by Nick Miguel Diaz. So Motor City has a comfortable early lead. Nick Miguel Diaz, now remember, he went on loan originally to Pensacola, right? Came back for 3 games and then left immediately that Sunday to go back to Birmingham, right? Well, on his last game here against Blue Ridge on January 28th, he got a goal. So picking up literally where he left off.
Don't mind that at all.
No,
Nick Miguel Diaz is the kind of guy you want for a playoff push, a guy that just adds depth and allows other guys to find their role, strengthens up the defensive core, and then having him on the power play. I mean, again, the shot he had was a rocket. It was a thing of beauty. That's one for the highlight reel.
Oh, yeah. A lot of and again, like we mentioned, a lot of roster movement. Games are few and far between. You love to keep everybody. Unfortunately, unlike last year, you can only keep 19 active. Last year, you could have 24. So we'd love to have everybody. Because another casualty of roster moves, as everyone knows, Tim Delaney was a roster casualty, and he was starting to come along too. He was picking up his game, playing well. It's just, it is what it is. Here's Svinsov on the near side. Still winning a battle. Svinsov's been playing hard all weekend. Tried to center it to Danny Vanderweel. Vanderweel's going to cycle it back down low. Declan Conway's going to get pushed there by Tattern. Conway comes out with it, though, winning that body battle. Svinsov comes in to help. Little tic-tac-toe. There's a shot on a point-blank opportunity by Svinsov. Green again coming up big. Good soccer there by Vanderweel. Gets it to Koash. Drags, fires it wide.
Don't think he was quite sure where he was on the ice. Looked up, and that shot was high and wide. Thought it was more centered on the ice.
Yeah, it's a quick snap decision at that point. There's a battle for it on the far side half wall. Who's going to mine the coal? It's going to be Blue Ridge. Heck of a play by the Bobcats. Getting it to center. Chasing after it was Martin. Vanderweel has control of it. Going to get pressured there by, I believe that was Newberg. Could be wrong. And I am wrong. Either way, play is going to continue on the far side. Motor City trying to win that battle. Blue Ridge comes out with it. Wraparound attempt. Babin pokes it away.
That was a heck of a job by Jonathan Giuliano, realizing again where number 8 was on the ice, going for the wraparound. He saw 53 crash to the net very quickly on the back check.
Well, Motor City taps it ahead, but it will be icing if it goes the full length, and it does. Delcar chases it down. It's icing. That means we'll have a face-off 200 feet in the opposite direction. 6:46 left here in the opening period at Big Boy Arena. Motor City has a 1-0 lead thanks to Nick Miguel Diaz. Josh Newberg, Jonathan Giuliano, two grizzled veterans of this league, staring across high noon from one another at the far side dot. Giuliano wins the draw, gets the control for Motor City. Good back pressure, turns that run over. Vlasov had it for a moment. Good poke check there by Motor City, and they get it back. Now moved back. Vlasov carrying it in the zone, doesn't have help. Now as a trailer finds it. Ivashkin gets it back up to the point. Delcar to the near side. Ernst fires that one. Easy save for Babin, but it came loose. Motor City picks it up and gets it out of harm's way. Here's TJ Delaney coming through the near side. Drops it off. Sneath tried to get to the slot. Poked off his stick. Vlasov creating the turnover. Here's Contrado. Contrado has it. Pitchforks this one down low for Blue Ridge. There's Miguel Diaz. Tries to get control of it. Zielinski's tries to center it. No one's home for it. So Gullo gets it to Sneath on the far side. Drops it to King. King, circle, Gullo, tip just wide.
Both sides going one and done the last couple of possessions. Seems like one chance on net or one pass to try to get the shot on net, and it's going the other way. A lot of up and down action right now after Motor City controlled the first 10-ish minutes of the game in the offensive zone.
Well, you'd like to see Motor City get another one. There's a shot by King. Good save there by Green. But Motor City on Friday only had the first period lead. It was a 1-0 lead. They were able to build on it, obviously, on Friday, but yesterday had an early lead and slipped away from them. So
yeah, they were shut out basically the last 2.5+ periods. So it also has to feel good to net one early and just take a deep breath after being held scoreless for 2+, to just get back on the scoreboard and get it feeling again, get to see one go in the net. And again, on such a pretty one, brings the confidence up of the whole bench.
Right, and not only was it a pretty goal, it was a goal by a guy who hadn't scored in a while, just getting his feet back underneath him here in the Fed. And how you win close games, you get scoring from everywhere. It's not just your primary guys, though it helps. You need your secondary guys to get goals as well, because we know the defensive core has been carried by Milam, and there's a quick shot by Conway. There's a rebound by Wynn, and that's going to be covered up there by Green in a scrum. But I was going to say, just to quickly finish that thought, we know Colton and Milam have been really pacing the pack with goals. The next closest guy was Nick Miguel Diaz. So there is that. It's going to take us to the last media timeout of the first period. Brady, the shots have to have changed. What are they?
Motor City heavily outshooting Blue Ridge 13-5 through the first 15 minutes. And like we mentioned, no update from scores from around the league. The big one you want to keep an eye on, if Port Huron can beat Watertown in regulation, couple that with a Motor City regulation win, guarantees the postseason berth for the Rockers.
There it is. Good on Brady telling you who to watch, what scoreboard to take in. But yeah, that is the biggest one. In all seriousness, that is the biggest one, probably. Unless, of course, the Jekyll and Hyde River Sharks, I don't know. We don't know what we're going to get on a nightly basis.
No, Elmira's been a team that's, if you catch them on the right night, you're going to have a pretty good time. If you catch them on the wrong night, you're going to be in for a battle. And them in Watertown in a tight race after a night ago. Elmira just 4 points above Watertown, so the Wolves can come away from this weekend smelling like roses, being just a point out of the playoffs after a time when Watertown was struggling big time.
Well, we reminded you about the out-of-town scoreboard. Let's remind you what's happening next weekend. March 16th, the Rockers are celebrating Youth Sports Night. And, of course, Port Huron will be in town. Special pricing, though, $10 a ticket for groups. And guess what? One lucky group and organization will get, Brady, I'm going to get this right this time, a $1,000 donation, not $100,000, $1,000 donation, courtesy of the Rockers. All you got to do to get tickets, contact Connor in the ticket office at connor@rockershockey.com. Would be nice to get $100,000, though. Maybe one day we'll be able to offer that prize.
Hey, $1,000 ain't too bad either.
No, $1,000 goes a long way.
Especially if you get to come and enjoy a Rocker game.
Well, there's that. $10 a ticket, specialty pricing for your group and organization. We'd love to see you here. One of my favorite things, I've said it a lot, is the intermission shootouts. When we have like the Mites or Pee-wees come in, take shots on their own team. It's always fun to watch. Some kids really enjoy it. You'll see a Spinneroonie. You'll see a kid try a Michigan, and it's always fun. Mike Wynn tried to keep it in. Motor City gets control of it. Koash gives us one up to Colton. 4:35 left here in the opening period. Svensov had it for a moment. Tried to get it to Conway. Conway will go after it, but Green sees him and covers up the puck. We'll have a face-off in the offensive zone. Also want to remind Rocker fans, if you're staying home for spring break, we're hosting a spring break camp, March 26th through 28th. Players ages 6 to 12. Camp will be from 11 a.m. to 12:30. So if you want to get the kid out for about an hour and a half and have the house to yourself, do it. Sign up at Motor City Rockers Hockey or MCRockersHockey.com, I should say. And you just scroll to the middle of the page. There's a link with a form. Fill out the form. We'd love to have you. Kids get a specialty jersey, and you get a deal. You get tickets near the end of the season. I believe that's when Binghamton is in town, so you're going to see a good game. Top two teams in the Empire. Coming through now. Iverson fires that one just wide. It was almost on target. But here's Delaney going to settle the puck down in the neutral zone. Gives it up to Wells. Again, Wells and Danny Vanderweel today playing defense. This Motor City is without Ryan Rotundi and Devon Fields.
And again, been a seamless transition for those guys. If this is your first Rocker game, wouldn't know they're not all full-time defensemen.
Iverson gets it, drops it off. Vlasov stops in the near side circle, gets it to a crashing player. Good shot. Better save there by Babin. And Ernst, all he can do is just throw his head back and be like, oh, I thought I had you.
That's why Trevor Babin, one of the best in the league. Ernst stares at the ceiling. Trevor Babin, I mean, hey, you give him that much room. Saw the puck all the way, did a nice job. Looked like he actually brought it in with the blocker's side and pinned it to his body. Either way, the first big save that Babin's been asked to make tonight.
Well, again, Trevor Babin doing Trevor Babin things. As we've said before, the math is mathing. Here's Sneath settling it down, carrying it through. Far side circle, he just flicks it towards Green. Green punches it away. Kept in by Miguel Diaz. Gullo has it at the end line. Gullo tries to center. It's going to be broken up by Ernst. He's going to flick this one out back to center. It's going to start a race. Daly and Miguel Diaz. Miguel Diaz wins that one, breaks the tape, and gets it out to the far side. King drops it off. Here's Sneath. Has Gullo crashing with him. Gullo can act as a screen, and that's exactly what happened. Sneath fires just wide. Here's Blue Ridge. Contrado has it, stops, gives it up to Zelensky's, gets walked on in, and Daly was caught puck watching. If Daly went to the back post, that's a goal.
I think he was looking for someone to send it to. There was no partner there to give it to, and, well, ran out of real estate, and a prime opportunity for Blue Ridge to tie it up goes by the wayside.
Now, sibling on sibling crime. Sydney Babin, who she would argue is the best goaltender in the family, just entered the chat. My goodness. Here's Motor City trying to get it out. Keeping it in. Good center attempt. No one's home for it. Martin slides it to the far side. Wynn will pick it up as it went through the neutral zone. Good stretch pass. Koash can't settle it down. Delcart will pick it up. Delcart flips it back to center. Martin kicks it. Oh, Redmond overskates it. Koash will pick it up. Now moving through. Conway Stops, quick pass. Finsoff couldn't get a shot off, fumbled the puck into shooting position. Here's Newberg with it, though. Blue Ridge going to inch this breakout going. Now they're going to go to the far side. Redmond stops, centers it. No one's home. Picked up there by Ivanov. Now it's to the half wall. Redmond gets pinned. Puck's going to come out. Motor City has a 2-on-2. Svintsov can't get the stretch pass. Good play there by Newberg to intercept that one.
I like the idea from Svintsov. He saw the puck come out before anyone else. Tried to take a few steps back, but Blue Ridge playing pretty far back. D-men in the right spot. Lane wasn't there. Newberg easily able to break it up.
Well, again, grizzled vet, easy hockey IQ. Motor City will try it again. This time Gaudet gets the puck. Tried to center it. He got taken off the puck there by Ford. Trying to settle it down is the Bobcats. Ford now gets it back on the near side. Just flicks it to the far side corner. It's going to be a dump and chase. Delaney soccers it. Giuliano picks it up. 32 seconds left in the period. Motor City just gets it to the end line. I don't think really anyone's going to try to get a clean offensive attack from what it looks like. A lot of just sliding the puck 175 feet. 15 seconds left here on the clock. Motor City gets this one out back to safety. King will play it towards the center line. So will Gullo. Picks it up, fumbles it. It's going to be sent right back. Babin tries to settle it down behind the net, but that's going to do it here for the first period as the clock expires. And Motor City is going to end the first period like they did on Friday night with a 1-0 lead. Brady, how did they get there?
Well, they got there with a power play goal from Nick Miguel Diaz. Jameson Milam, Scott Koash, the assist on that one. They outshot Blue Ridge 14-6 through the first 20 minutes. Rockers held the play in the Blue Ridge end for, I'd say, the majority of that first period. Like the effort from Motor City. Blue Ridge feels like the third game for them in a row on the road. Rockers need to take advantage of that, see if they get a quick one in the second, because they certainly outplayed Blue Ridge in that first period.
Yeah, how do you think Motor City gets that early one?
Keep doing what you're doing. I've liked what they've had with the pressure. Hey, Connor Green's made a couple of nice saves. With a little bit of better luck, it's a 3-0 game. But tip the hat to Green, but just keep attacking. Keep throwing pucks at the net, and eventually you'll get one. And if you keep having the play in the offensive zone, if you keep controlling it, then you might draw another penalty or two, get back on the power play how you netted that first one.
Oh, this one's going to be interesting. At center ice, we have Mark and Ralph, two of our craziest fans. They're going to have a tug of war. I'm taking Mark. Mark's on the right. Who are you taking?
I guess I'll take Ralph.
Well, it's not the size of the dog in the fight, right? As the saying goes. We will quickly step aside, take a break. We'll come back and give you an update on the out-of-town scoreboard of a different variety as the Michigan High School Hockey Finals took place this weekend. You are watching Motor City Rockers Hockey on the Rockers Media Network. We'll be right back. Hi, fans. Want to remind you that Lasting Impressions Promotional Marketing is the official merchandise provider of the Motor City Rockers. This family-owned Michigan business is conveniently located right in Canton, Michigan, so they're close by. Looking for corporate branding with excellent value at an economical price? You got to check out Lasting Impressions at litem.com. That's litem.com, a proud partner of your Motor City Rockers. Again, I want to remind everyone, tonight's winger of the game is Pavel Svinsov. He's been working hard to try to get you those free wings. But to get those, you have to download the FanSaves app. The FanSaves and Motor City Rockers have partnered to help you save money. Go to the App Store on your phone, download the FanSaves app, and then follow the Motor City Rockers in the app, and you're on your way to scoring great deals with our partners. Believe it or not, we gave away 2 Queen Serta mattresses this year, literally in back-to-back nights. So you can get almost anything. You got to download the app and get a part of the great deals. We're still waiting on who could be the big boy of the game now to activate that deal. We need a power play goal. But if we do get one, you can get a second entree free this upcoming Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. All you got to do is just show your waiter and redeem the big boy power play on FanSaves, and you can score that deal. So it's basically buy one, get one free entrees at Big Boy. As I said, we'd take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. This one's a little bit of a different variety. Now, if you know me, my background, I am a journalist. So I've been a journalist for many years covering sports of all kinds, professional, college, high school. But one of my passions, and I say this unabashed, I have no shame in it. One of my passions was covering and calling Michigan high school hockey. And, of course, we just had the finals this weekend at USA Hockey, formerly CompuWare Arena, and we have champions. And let's start in Division I. My home school, Detroit Catholic Central, won their 5th straight state championship. And, again, it was Catholic Central versus Brighton squaring away in that one. Catholic Central beat Clarkston to get into that game. Brighton, I believe, beat Lakeland. If I'm mistaken, I do apologize. But either way, Catholic Central and Brighton, 2 top teams in Division I for many years, squared off again yesterday. Catholic Central skated to a 2-0 win. Again, their 5th straight state championship. Brandon Kalinecki has that program buzzing along, and it's great. I'm not going to lie. It's great to see. Brandon Kalinecki now has 4 of those. Well, actually, no. He has, I think, we're going to quickly check this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has all 6 straight titles that Catholic Central has won. Of course, Brighton did break that up in 2018 and 2017. Paul Mogosh getting those before he stepped away. And Kurt Kavisto, his assistant, took over. And, of course, Brighton is just again to let you guys in, is also a program that is near and dear to our hearts. Gordy Brown played there, helped coach there as well. So we love our Bulldogs up there in Brighton. It's always a tug of the heartstrings when Catholic Central and Brighton play. But again, Catholic Central beat the Bulldogs 2-0 to win another state championship. Aaron Babbitt's and the gang will have an assembly probably this week, and the boys might get a day off. Guess what, guys? You've earned it. Congratulations. You are once again state champs. Again, on the out-of-town scoreboard, let's take you to Division II. This team has been absolutely red hot. Byron Center had played and was a state finalist in 2021 and last year, 2023. They came up short against Bloomfield Hills Brother Rice, and they had a tough test in perennial power Trenton. And Trenton was in the finals 2 years ago. They lost in overtime to Rick Gadwa and Heartland. And Trenton has been just trying to get over the hump. In 2019, they were a finalist. In 2019, 2019, they were finalists. And this year, they were a finalist as well. Byron Center, the Bulldogs on the West Coast. That hockey program has been red hot. They had a big 6-1 victory over the Trenton Trojans. Byron Center, congratulations on capturing the D2 crown. You guys have been playing hard and been playing well for the last couple of years. Congratulations to you guys. And last but not least, This one was probably outside of Division I, arguably one of the best games. It was the one in between Division II and Division I. Division III, Bloomfield Hills, Cranbrook, Kingswood. They are a perennial power in D3. They haven't won a state title since 2021, but they were able to get that title in a three overtime game. It was a 3-2 final over East Grand Rapids. East Grand Rapids has been playing well. They were a state finalist last year, just couldn't complete it. Again, 3 overtimes before Cranbrook beat East Grand Rapids 3-2. You love to see it. You love high school hockey, and guess what, high school hockey, we love you as well. We are going to step aside one more time. We will catch our breath, and then we will have the second period for you right here at Big Boy Arena. Again, your score after one, Motor City 1, Blue Ridge nothing. We'll be right back on the Rockers Media Network. Hello again. Welcome to Big Boy Arena in Fraser, Michigan. I'm Ben Salagi, joined with, as always, Brady Beaton, the man to my left. He's smarter of the two of us. Don't let him tell you otherwise. We have a fun one here. It's only a one-goal game between Motor City and the Blue Ridge Bobcats. Of course, we're here on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter X, Rumble. What is it? Caffeinated TV?
Caffeine TV.
Yeah, Caffeine TV and any other social media you can think of, we're there. While you're there, follow us on social media. We like a like and a follow. It always helps out everybody, so we'd appreciate it as well. So, again, fun one. Both teams coming out. Connor Green's been really great in net, and, of course, Trevor Babin. It seems pedestrian, but he's always good in net as well. What do you think is going to happen here in the second period? I know you said you liked what Motor City was doing in the first period. What do you think you can maybe prelude to the second period before we get the puck drop?
I think the first 5-ish minutes will set the tone for the rest of the game. Does Blue Ridge have a little bit of gas left in the tank? Are they going to put out a fight, or are they worried on the getaway day? Hey, this third game in 3 days. Let's just get through this. Get back to Virginia, because, man, they've been on the bus a lot, especially here in Michigan. Their fifth straight game in Michigan after last weekend coming again to Michigan. It's been a while since Blue Ridge has got some games at home. And if Motor City can get back to the pressure they had at the beginning of that first period and really through the first 10 to 15 minutes, hey, if you throw enough darts at the wall, eventually some are going to stick, and eventually one or two more are going to beat Connor Green, even though he's kept Blue Ridge in this one.
Yeah, and the funny thing is they went back to Virginia after they visited last weekend. So they were able to sleep in their beds, but maybe it would have been beneficial to just stay here in Fraser and buy some ice time.
Gas is cheaper than
yes,
than hotels.
And ice time. I mean, ice time is not cheap, right? We're here in the second period underway. Scott Koash carrying it in near circle. Fires! Good save by Green. Stayed right there outside the crease. Man, Delcart trying to get it out in Motor City. I think nope, hang on.
Conway tried to sell it.
He tried to sell it, but no. Puck was kept out. Declan Conway is even saying to the guys, I don't care, I'm throwing my hands up if it's questionable. Why? Because it's worked.
Well, and that's something that in a lot of sports they will teach you. Make the official tell you no, especially now with no goal judge back there to refer to. If it's close, if a team's celebrating like they score, even if it's not a big swing, if you can add just a little bit of chance or a doubt in the mind of an official, like, did that really go in? Hey, it's a little thing, but it's something that can make a difference over the long haul.
100%. Well, we're going to have a reset of the face-off here on the near side. Jonathan Giuliano. The numbers are a little hard to read, but it looks like it's Zach Tattern. And no, well, yes, it is. Again, these numbers are highlighter yellow on white, so it's a little bit tough for these old eyes. Here's Martin's going to chase it down. Ernst tried to get a shot off. Good job by Delaney to lift his stick, though. It's going to go all the way down. Green will hold on to it. Here's Ford. Gets pestered, gives it to Ernst on the near side, gets it through the neutral zone. Ernst getting a little bit of a speed race, ice skating push that you see in the Olympics. Got ahead of the game, but Motor City gets it back to center. Delaney has it there for a moment. Gaudet to the far side. Giuliano, Miguel Diaz. He's the lone goal scorer so far. That one wasn't even close to the net. That got deflected.
Well, Redmond got in front of it, but sometimes you go, all right, you want to get in front of it, you'll pay the price, and Redmond paid the price there certainly.
Well, partial change for the Bobcats. A little bit chirping, but two Michigan mercenaries are on the ice. The first one, Redmond has it. Gives it up to the near, well, still has it on the near side. She can't say he gives it up just yet. Redmond's going to carry it all the way in. Lost it at the end line, though. Good play by Wynn. Motor City tilting the ice. My tongue is getting tied. That's not great. Here's Gullo trying to center it. No one was home for it. That's going to come out. Good rip by Colton, just wide. Redmond trying to get this one out to Daly. Pushes it ahead. Contrado straddles the line. Does not matter. Here's Wynn picking it up at neutral ice. Here's King on the near side, and they're going to say he was offsides.
While I like the idea of the shot by Colton in a vacuum, it almost led to a rush on the other end. Why? Because Motor City had a 3-on-2, so they had three guys in deep. The shot misses wide, banks hard off the backboards, comes all the way out. Blue Ridge wasn't able to capitalize on it, but with 3 guys so deep in the zone, it almost led to an odd man rush for the Bobcats.
Oh, here's Finsoff. Carries it in, backhands it. Green can't hold on to it. Pavel picks up his rebound, comes out. Colton with a shot, pushing it wide. Finsoff slaps at it. Good block there, even though I think it was maybe Conway who blocked it.
Green fighting the puck a little bit right now. Keep putting pucks on net.
Here's Motor City. That's going to be a tripping call. Conway goes down, hand goes up.
He was about to ask for it, saw the hand was already up, had nothing to complain about.
Oh, finally Babin got told the hand is up for Motor City. They still have it on attack. Centered in front, no one home for it just yet. Koash picking it up along the wall. Blue Ridge looking to touch it as quickly as possible. Centered in front. Wait a second.
Ooh, that's a generous whistle.
Wait a second.
You have to have control of the puck, not just touch it. And Green didn't touch it. He kicked it with the pad. And Blue Ridge catches a break. But either way, Motor City going back on that power play proved fruitful for them in the first frame.
Yeah, they took advantage of their first one as Alex Nerwinski is going to go to the box for tripping, which means he's in the Kowalski meat locker. Don't make a mistake when you're going shopping for quality meat. Make sure you buy Kowalski. Yeah, Motor City 1 for 1 on the power play today. Went 0 for yesterday, but still was number 1 in the league. But guess what? They dropped below 30% for the first time since near the beginning of the season as you're ramping up on your power play, not ramping down. But literally just a 10th out of it. Here's Martin getting through everybody. Good stick lift there by Koash. Keep thinking Koash is gullet when it's not.
Got used to the bubble.
Yeah, well, get used to that. Jamie Milam, just like yesterday, goes top shelf. It's a power play goal, 19 seconds in. 2-0 game for Motor City.
And if you're Connor Green, you just shrug your shoulders. You give Jamison Milam a shot. Just above the hash marks, he rips that thing. He reached back. It was a rocket. He put it right underneath the bar. I mean, that's a heck of a shot from number 6, his 12th of the year. And he turned around. He didn't even really celebrate. Just kind of shrugged his shoulders like, yep, that's what I do in that spot.
Well, and the best part was he passed it to Conway. Conway had it at the far side and threaded the saucer back to the near side. So what a beautiful assist by Declan Conway. And guess what? Jamie Milam finally is king of the mountain on the defensive core with 12 goals.
And there was a business decision made on that penalty kill. The reason that was so open is I believe that was Ivanov that just maybe didn't get all of his body in the way.
Well, that happens. Here's King trying to get in the way, lost the puck in the process. Good poke there by Green.
That's why sometimes if guys want to get in shooting lanes, maybe once or twice, hey, you let them block the shot, but you make them earn it.
Well, here's Contrado behind everybody. Backhand save, Babin. The Dark Knight even tells Contrado, man, that's a heck of a look. He gave him the compliment, but Trevor Babin doing Trevor Babin things once again.
Well, once he got Contrado on the backhand, with the pressure coming from behind, he didn't really have the option to go back to the forehand, so Babin was able to slide to the post, threw the glove up, nabbed the biscuit out of midair, and heck of a job by Trevor Babin. Would have given Blue Ridge a little bit of life getting that goal back so quickly.
Well, we finally see who got the secondary assist. Scott Koash now has 2. Again, had his streak snapped yesterday, and now he's making up for lost time. Here's TJ Delaney, flicks it to the far side corner. And they're going to say it's icing, even though I thought he crossed the timeline, but guess not. It's all right. But Declan Conway getting a nice assist. Again, that beautiful saucer pass just fed it right through traffic. Wasn't interrupted. Well, no. He was well behind the timeline. Just saw the replay. So here's again Giuliano and Newberg, far side dot. Giuliano with another win. Josh Colton gives it to Giuliano on the far side. Back to Colton. Going to try the breakout. Nope. Just going to hold on to it. Nope. Thought about it again. Just goes D to D. Mike Wynn has control of it. Good forechecking pressure here. by Newberg, making everyone second guess what's going to happen. That one will just be a pop fly. It's going to bounce and roll and will be icing. Good attempt there by Giuliano, just a little too much mustard on it. So we'll have a face-off back 200 feet in the Rockers' end. So again, Giuliano and Newberg. See if Giuliano can beat him again in consecutive tries.
Laney getting a little antsy. He's been moving around.
Just going to say, if he needs to calm down or else someone's going to get ejected.
And they are going to send.
Well, they gave him a warning.
Okay.
They gave him the warning saying you have to stop moving, which is the rule. And Motor City's going to come out with it. Here's Delaney. He's going to use those antsy feet to good work, taking long strides, near side circle. Gets rid into the corner there by Bohan. Coming out here is Wynn. Centered in front, did not get tipped. It's going to still be loose. Here's Colton. Colton gets it back. There's a quick shot by Delaney. Now rebound comes out. Colton's going to bounce off a couple of skates. Motor City still trying to keep it in and still trying not to touch the puck as they're trying to complete a line change in the process. It would have been too many men if someone did. Smart play there with the puck near the bench.
Connor Green still has not been controlling the puck well in this period. A lot of rebounds, very bouncy off of him. Just keep putting pucks on net. Get those rebounds. Eventually you'll be able to joust one in.
Well, Redmond gets it to the far side to Ivashkin. Ivashkin lost real estate as he crashed the end line. Just going to tie up Svintsoff now. The two Russians going at it. Here's Conway. He gets pushed by Tattern. Puck's going to come out. Delcar, Ivanov tips it. And here's an opportunity. Koash has to stop, but he has the speed to accelerate if he can get out of the wall, and he can't. Oh, my goodness. How is that not interference on the far side? Either way, play will continue. Ivanov drops it off. Ivashkin fires it too high. And the rebound goes in. Well, Ivanov got a goal. Put in the rebound, and it's 2-1.
And that was a big one for Blue Ridge. Motor City, again, had largely outplayed them to this point in the game, and they hadn't had a ton of opportunities. Finally convert on that one, and, well, now it has to lift the spirits for Blue Ridge.
I was going to say, we know the atmosphere of Blue Ridge down the way. You could tell it was a big goal. Our friend Brett Wiseman going a little crazy for that one.
Everyone seems like a big goal.
Well, there is that. Brett's passionate. Loves his hockey. Miguel Diaz flips it ahead. It's going to be settled down there by Ford. And here comes Blue Ridge. Redmond moving it ahead to Martin. Lost it. Miguel Diaz will carry. Tried to get it out to Gullo, just out of his reach. And that'll be icing. So that's going to take us to the first media timeout of the second period. Motor City has a 2-1 lead, but game should be starting now around the Fed. Don't think anything is really resolved, but Brady, what are the shots?
Only a 1-goal lead on a scoreboard, but a big advantage in the shot department. Motor City outshooting Blue Ridge 8-3 here in the second period, 22-9 for the game. Danbury and Elmira have dropped the puck along with Watertown and Port Huron, but as you alluded to, neither side has found the back of the net just moments into those two contests.
Officially getting the assists on the Blue Ridge goal, Andre Ivanov. He got the goal. That's number 4 on the season for the veteran. And, of course, Ivashkin getting the assist. He now has 18 on the year, which is just one tie of Josh Newberg, who has the lead at 19. And Zach Tattern got an assist. That's his 10th of the season. Motor City still has a 2-1 lead, though, so all is not lost. And if you are lost, guess what? You're missing information. We know a way you can get information. The Rockers have a new podcast, 6 episodes deep now. It is the Backstage Pass with Corbin Simons and Parker Brown. It is right here on our YouTube page. That's the vlog portion. You actually get to see everyone everyone's face. But if you're on the go, you can have it on Spotify, iHeartRadio. Just go to your podcast app and download it and follow it. It's a good listen. They had Elias Thompson this week. Got into some sports betting tips and things like that. We know, obviously, through other media that, yes, sometimes Elias Thompson goes can hunting for an extra 10 cents. Likes to do that, explore the cities that he's in, and tries to make money doing so. Always a fun listen, though, the backstage pass. Here's Blue Ridge coming out with it. Ernst's going to race through. It's a 3-on-2. Ernst carries it all the way down, tried to center it. It's going to go to the far side. No one can control it. Gullo has it, flicks it to center. Ford's going to send it right back. Ernst swipes at it, gets it to the end line. Babin settles it down, felt the pressure, gives it to Milam in the corner. Redmond centers in front, point-blank opportunity. Babin got a toe on it. That time he got the paddle on it, keeping it at 2-1.
Hate to see anybody get a chance from right on top of the crease. Trevor Babin keeps this a one-goal game, but, man, that's been the best opportunity for Blue Ridge so far, even including the goal. That's a heck of a job by Babin to deny Martin.
Oh, here's Milam, going to carry it all the way. That's a high pop fly. You misplay that one, that's a goal. But Connor Green did play it well. Must have been an outfielder in his young days. That one's easily going to touch the safety netting. Brandon Contrado just went, yep, all right, that seems about right.
That should take it to, I believe, they're going to take it to the center ice dot.
Yeah, they have to at this point. I just love Contrado's reaction, like, yep, I still remember that, still remember the dimensions of this old barn. It's going to be Giuliano and Contrado. Giuliano winning face-off after face-off after face-off as he's been at the dot. Giuliano got that one back from Wells. Gaudet drops this one off. Vanderweel using his speed. Has Giuliano in the middle. They ran out of real estate, but still got a stick on it, pushed it wide. Coming down to play the puck is Norwinski, and
net came off.
Yep. Well, for the Blue Ridge fans that are tuning in, we do have new pegs. This is actually now kind of a rare occurrence. It doesn't happen very often.
Well, next week's the real test.
I was just about to say, next week is the official test, as Ian Wallace and Port Huron will be in Saturday and Sunday. Friday night we'll be out in Port Huron. And, of course, we'll have the two games here. Youth Sports Night is Saturday. St. Patrick's Day, we will have specialty jerseys. We will not be wearing purple or black. We will be wearing that Kelly green. So if you want one of those, I'm sure we'll be auctioning them off. So pay attention to our social media channels. You can win one of those beautiful Kelly green jerseys. Here's Pavel Svintsov carrying it in on the near side, firing a shot wide, as good as a pass. Wells couldn't control it. Here's Contrado. Contrado on the far side, moves it ahead, will chase after it to the end line. Koash will beat him to it. Now Wells has control of it, has a stretch to Svintsov, but it's intercepted by Ivanov.
That's a couple times now. Blue Ridge has done a good job filling up the passing lanes. You don't have to be right next to the guy to neutralize those long passes. Just stay in the middle, see the angle they have. That was at least the second or third time Blue Ridge has caught a rocker leaking out and denied him.
Oh, here's Daly leaking out. It's going to fire a backhand. Babin makes the save. Wells pushing it ahead. Koash lost control of it. That's trouble. Frazee with a shot. The young man from Monroe. There's another one. Babin making two big saves yet again. Blue Ridge keeping it in, but the fan base letting Trevor know their appreciation.
Good news is Trevor Babin standing on his head. The bad news, a couple of turnovers the Rockers have committed on the last minute or so.
Full pressure on now by the Bobcats. Delcar centers in front. Babin again stopping Iverson. Close range. Motor City finally comes out with it. It's Vanderweel. It's a 4-on-2. Conway back to Vanderweel. Drops it. Conway. Rink wide. Svintsov fires it. That's going to be blocked by Blue Ridge, and it's going to come the other way. Wynn will have to go in retreat and settle it down. Almost halfway through this game. 10:23 on the clock. Gullo near side. Motor City has a 2-1 lead. Gullo had it for a moment. Lost. Delcart has it. Has Iverson. And Vlasov on the far side. Vlasov soccers it to himself. Stops in the circle. Tried to center it. Broken up by Gullo. Coming out, here's Lane King dropping it off. Koash, he's going to take it by himself, not wait for the cavalry. He's going to get poked off his stick there by Ford. And Motor City will lose it. Here's a stretch pass. Vlasov trying to slip by everyone. Colton pokes it off his stick. Good play there by Josh. Centered in front. Babin rises, stops it, covers it. Trevor Babin's going to need the media timeout to catch his breath. Heck of a couple-minute sequence there by 72.
That's the positives. Trevor Babin, hey, he's been as good as he's ever been in net. The bad news for Motor City, I like that they get the media timeout right now. Take a minute to calm down. I don't think they want to trade chances up and down. That's what Blue Ridge is looking to do, down a goal. Remind them of their defensive principles, why they were so successful in that first period. Don't get greedy offensively. Take the time in your own zone and give your netminder a little bit of help so he doesn't have to make those acrobatic saves.
Well, Brady, you can give us some help. What are the shots? And I know the out-of-town scoreboard has changed in both games.
Shots have just about evened up in the period. 8-7 Motor City on top of Blue Ridge for a game total of 22-13 in favor of the Rockers. Out in Danbury, the Hat Tricks net the first goal. They lead Elmira 1-0. And Watertown got the scoring started at McMorran, 1-0. The Wolves on top of the Prowlers. And Carolina and Baton Rouge will drop the puck at about 4:05 today.
Well, fans, if you are here at Big Boy Arena, one, we'd love to have you. Two, you got to stay after the game. Why? The 3 stars of the game will have a free T-shirt to toss into the crowd, and that T-shirt is courtesy of Lasting Impressions Promotional Marketing, a family-owned Michigan business. Also right now, Jamie Milam's insurance goal is brought to you by Ronald Shocker, the local Farm Bureau insurance agent located in Shelby Township. He and his team are ready to give you a quote today. Contact Ronald Shocker and see if he can help you save on insurance. Face-off on the far side, won by Blue Ridge. There's Ford firing it. Babin says, nope, we're going to have another face-off, gang.
I want to see if Motor City can tighten this game back up. Blue Ridge got it to pond hockey. They got going up and down, trading chances. I don't like that for Motor City. When they play well in their own end, that leads to offense on the other side. Let's see them play a little more tight in their own zone.
Oh, Gullo gets the loose puck, carries it into the offensive zone on the far side. Nick tries to center it. Ernst breaks it up. Miguel Diaz keeps it in. Sends it back down. It's going to rim around to Gullo's stick on the near side. Motor City lost it for a moment. Milam will go into the neutral zone, sends it back ahead, but Blue Ridge still trying to get control of it. They're chasing. Milam back to King. King waiting for help. Tried to center it back to Sneath. That's intercepted. Redmond spins around, gives it to Martin. Martin's going to enter the zone. Saw Milam immediately and gave up the puck. Puck down to the far side. Nick Miguel Diaz says, I'm going to tip it, and they're going to say it's a hand pass, and technically it is.
We had that a game or two ago where you don't have to catch it and throw it for it to be a hand pass. It's not called a throw pass, it's a hand pass. He swats it with the hand, and that's a pretty easy call for the official.
Oh, yeah. Well, we saw, what was it, a couple games ago it was punched?
Yeah.
Yeah. and now Jamie Milam's trying to say, hey, look, it's okay, and they're going to say, nope, it's not. It's not okay. We're not going to allow it. We have time to introduce our officials to you. We got Jonathan Paradise today and Kevin Mallon. They'll be joined by Mark Jackson and Dave Fleming are the linesmen in today's game. Well, Giuliano talking with the linesmen.
I think what they're arguing is that was in the defensive zone and that, yes, it was a hand pass, but you're allowed to do that in your own end.
You are. That is a good call out, Brady. Master of the rule book, Brady Beaton. That's why you're good at your job, bud. You know
Appreciate
everything.
it.
But again, we have to follow the letter of the law, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, the officials blow the whistle, so it's going to go on. Not a huge deal.
Right.
See how it progresses.
Well, Danny Vanderweel trying to progress the puck forward. Finally finds Delaney. Delaney going through, trying to get pinched at the blue line. Delaney fights it off. Delaney had it for a moment into the half wall. Blue Ridge comes out with it. Daly now will enter the zone. Daly has help. Broken up, though. That pass was intended for Nowinski. Motor City gets it back to center. Giuliano battling for it, just like he did last night, but got a high sticking call in the offensive zone against Watertown. Koash leaked out from the bench, drops it to Delaney. There's a shot. Good save there by Green.
Once again, Green can't control the rebound. Doesn't hurt as his teammate Daly picked it up. But if I'm Motor City, if I get it in the zone, once I set everything up, I'm not looking for the perfect shot. I'm getting guys to the net, throw the puck near it, and try to poke one in.
Conway gives it to Koash. Fired that one too high. 7:35 left. Blue Ridge has an opportunity. Zielinski's to the far side. Ivashkin settles it down. He's on sides. Going to try to center it in front. Motor City can't get to the puck. Now they're going to push it behind the net. Whoo, boy. Scott Koash made a heads-up play, said, I can't get to the puck. I'm just going to try to cover it.
Yeah, there were a few Rockers fans holding their breath when that puck, it was around the crease for a little longer than my liking.
Oh, fans and broadcasters alike holding their breath there for a moment. Svinsoff had the puck, gets it behind the net. That's a goal! Colton got it in front, it went through! I did not think it went through, saw the hand point down. Josh Colton making it 3-1.
Well, it's a beautiful feed to get it there, and Colton didn't waste any time. The quick wrister beats Green on the glove side, and that's a big goal to get back for Josh Colton. He has 12 on the year now.
Woo! Yeah, that was a sick feed from behind the net, right in front. Is that Conway who fed that?
I believe indeed it was.
My goodness, Declan Conway. Mike, to answer your question, no. They did not find half of the tooth that was missing, so a root canal is probably likely going to be needed for Scott Koash. They actually did an exhaustive search. So Svinsoff will get the secondary assist. Declan Conway gets the primary, so Pavel will still be king of the mountain on the helpers for a little bit longer. Here's Blue Ridge trying to close the gap, centered in front. Frazee picking up the puck. Joel gives it up to the point. Blast from the outside, blocked by Gullo. Motor City playing a little more comfortable as they have the 2-goal lead. Again, an insurance goal brought to you by Ronald Shocker and his team at Farm Bureau Insurance. And there's going to be some pushing and shoving. We can't see much of what's happening, but there's a brouhaha on the near side corner.
There's two guys down, one from each side. It looks like King's down, and there's a Blue Ridge player on his hands and knees. Coming out of it, Win, and who is that? That's
Steve Ford. Ford's hot.
I think that's Ernst, slow to get up in the corner.
Oh my, yeah, that's a lot of receipts. That was a lot of receipts. But teammates sticking up for teammates there. That's why everyone rushed to the corner, which blocked our vision. We couldn't see what was going on. We just know that there was a lot of action in the near side corner. Well,
that was a big hit, and we'll see just how severe the damage is for both sides.
I mean, that was a big hit by both players, man. I'm just watching it back just like you are. You see bodies flying in like Superman trying to save the day. My goodness.
I think the concern was the way King went down.
Yes.
He went a little awkward into the board. The hit came from the side. So we'll see how they assess it. Right now on the scoreboard, they have 2 minutes for Motor City. It looks like from the body language of the officials, the Bobcats are going on the power play.
Yeah, well, I think they're going to get Win for 2. And I think that's what the scoring table is trying to confirm. But either way, we do know Steve Ford's in the Kowalski meat locker. So there's that. Motor City is 2 for 2 on the power play. Let's see what they do on the Inside Healthcare penalty kill. If you're not feeling like yourself, stop in to one of Insight's many locations. We actually have one of their employees as our team trainer, Dr. Ashley Fox. We know she does good work, so you can trust Insight to make sure you can get some insight into your healthcare today if you're not feeling yourself. Hey, George Holt gets to serve the consecutive. He even went. George Holt said, hi, I'm back. How's everyone? It's been a minute. Gotta love Georgie's sense of humor.
So they'll get fighting for both Wynn and Ford, and an extra 2 for charging on Mike Wynn. That's damage.
Yeah.
And, of course, as you just saw, George Holt serving.
Well, here's an opportunity in front by Newberg. Puck's going to be free. It is going to be a 5-on-4. Puck comes back out to center, fumbled there by Nerwinski, so that's just as good as a clear. It's going to be offsides. Newberg did not get back in time.
Bit of frustrated looks on the Bobcats' face. They know, hey, down 2 goals, especially with limited opportunities. They had a flurry